Imagine that your energy is so magnetic and so powerful that other people chase you. They just naturally gravitate to you because of your own energy. Now in this video, I'm going to show you how to develop magnetic love attraction and the frequency of that, the components, like the ingredients that go into this. I'm going to show you how to integrate it into your life so that love chases you. Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be showing you that magnetic love frequency. Now, when we talk about this, let me first off kind of clarify it as well. When you are in a certain state, your energy and the way people respond to your energy is very different. Now, people feel what you feel. So the key to developing magnetic love frequency, the magnetic love energy, is for you to feel it on the inside first and to have that energy that you embody, which then is emanated out of you, which then other people pick up on and respond to. I remember I had a friend that I used to work with, a coworker of mine back when I used to have a 9-to-5 job, and she would realize that anytime she was single, guys would not hit on her. But the moment she would get into that of a relationship, she would get hit on like 5 to 10 times in one day. What was the difference between where she was before when she was single to where she was when she was in a relationship? Where she had a rule in her mind that when she was in a relationship, then she could feel worthy, then she felt magnetic, and then naturally so many men would hit on her. So it was a direct reflection of how she felt about herself. Now here's the cool thing. You don't have to wait for some external person to be in your life for you to feel that worthiness, that wholeness, that completeness, which then tunes you to a reality where people are naturally magnetized to your energy. So that's something to think about. Your state of being. I've noticed that my own energy has become much more magnetic the more I focus on raising my own frequency, on focusing on the love that is already within me. And you'll even see that when I speak, when it comes to magnetism, everyone has this, by the way. This isn't something it's just something you have to maybe get a little bit more used to. When we talk about that of magnetic energy, a very strong component of it in communication is tonality. How are you speaking? If I were to do the whole talk like this right now, and I would be doing it, I'm even looking at the sound thing that's on this camera right now, and it's like barely moving just a little bit because the tonality that I'm using is so monotonous, or whatever that word is, and it's very boring. But you'll notice that when I am speaking like this, it may look a little bit over-exaggerated, it may seem a little bit grandiose, but guess what? You probably like to listen to it. It's a little bit more dynamic than me talking like this. Now, the thing that I think some people miss when it comes to magnetism is understanding the power of their own energy and how that energy can translate through sound. Sound! You see how I even say that? Sound, up and down, sound. I used to play like band music. Like when I was in high school, I did band. And there's like, you could read sheet music. There's different notes. There's different octaves. But here's the cool thing too. You could stand in front of a mirror and talk kind of like I'm talking now, which probably sounds ridiculous when you start doing it and you haven't done it before. But the more you do it, the more it changes your state, the more it changes how you feel. Tonality is a very important part of developing an attractive energy. But behind the tonality is the energy. So let me talk to you now, or share with you, some of the magnetic love frequency, some of the main components. Now, the number one thing I would say that it's important to develop magnetic love frequency, or that energy, and to have people chase you, is a little bit counterintuitive. It is the degree to which you can be not needy. Not needy. You feel 100% whole and complete. You feel like your cup is already full. Full. Not a fool, but full. And because your cup is already full, you don't need anything from anyone else. You're already enough. And by having that perspective, you're in a very abundant state. When two people meet, there's one person that's normally going to be more needy than the other one. And the one that is less needy holds the frame. Now, how do you become not needy? Well, a lot of that, honestly, is also having to do some of your feminine, masculine wounds, which is a whole other video topic all in of itself. But it's about healing that energy within you. I realized that growing up, there were certain emotions, certain things I craved in a partner that I feel like maybe I haven't received completely yet, mainly because I always attracted a certain type of person in my life. Like, for example, my ex-stepmom, many of you may know this story. She was mentally, physically, emotionally abusive. She was in my life from when I was 7 to about 16, 17 years old. And what happened is, 16 years old came around, I never had to deal with her again. I kept attracting women in my life that were very similar to my ex-stepmom, that were very controlling, that would kind of drain my energy. And one thing I realized with my ex-stepmom is because she was controlling, manipulative, and I grew up a certain way, I never really had that nurturing growing up. My real mom came back into my life when I was like 16, 17 years old, when I was allowed to see her again. But in that period of my life, I never really had someone to nurture me. And because of that, I think I craved that for much of my life until these last couple of years when, especially this last year, I've been giving myself the nurturing I crave. I've been healing that feminine wound inside of myself where I'm almost afraid to commit to the feminine because I've seen my dad go through a lot of pain with my ex-stepmom through that divorce. So a lot of attracting love also has to do with healing the feminine and the masculine wounds inside of you. And when it comes to being not needy, it's about understanding your cup is already full. You're already 100% whole and complete. You don't need anyone else to feel 100% worthy, whole, and complete. It's about you tapping into that own energy within yourself. So the degree to which you can be not needy is the degree to which you will be attractive. And on the other side of this, the thing that I really recommend, especially in the masculine energy, is become the star of your own movie. The star of your own movie. A people pleaser. Some people, like, if you were a parent pleaser growing up, meaning your parent was very strict, there was a lot of discipline there, what you'll find is that because of that, that parent pleasing growing up may eventually have turned you into a people pleaser. And when you are a people pleaser, what is happening is you are then becoming the cameo in their movie. And when you are the cameo in their movie, they're going to treat you like a cameo. So the key to this is becoming aware of the energy dynamic and how you are showing up. And the way you take your star role back is by realizing that you are the star. You are not the cameo. When you are a people pleaser, you are being the cameo in other people's movie and you are trying to please them with the hope that then you will gain their validation. So instead of that, what I recommend you do is you focus on you being the star of your own movie and setting your lifestyle up in a way to where it naturally gravitates energy towards you. How would you be the star of your own movie? Well, you would literally go out into the world and go after your dreams, your desires. You find out what that is. And by going out, you create a certain gravity to you. And imagine this, when you're in the passion frequency of what you love doing, you are then a vibrational match to that of the person that's going to be the best balance to that energy. But when you're not being your true self, you can't actually attract a deep, meaningful love attraction, love connection. So tonality, lifestyle, developing a lifestyle, anything that you think is your flaw, own it. Own it. Pretend and literally realize that if you own it, people feel what you feel, not what you think they feel. So if you have some little insecurity, if you have a mole, if you're a certain height, if you feel like your hair is this way, or you just have a certain appearance, well, guess what? If you were just to own it, you'd then be emitting an energy that is so attractive that other people naturally gravitate to it. I knew this guy that I used to work with, and people would look at it and be like, how is this guy able to date some of the most beautiful women, models? How is he able to do that? People wouldn't understand it. The dude just had very good energy. Attracting love is about energy. People think it's about looks. Looks, of course, help at a certain level, but energy is the most important thing. You'll see some guys that might be extraordinarily attractive or some women that might be extraordinarily attractive on the outside, but on the inside, there may not be that glue that really holds that together or that sexual polarity within them. Polarity is important with attraction too. So are you really embodying your feminine or masculine qualities? How are you showing up in the world in that way? Have you healed the masculine and feminine wounds? Now, one of the most important things I would say to have magnetic frequency and magnetic love, energy, having fun. Just having fun. That's it. The degree to which you can have more fun and be in a high vibe state, it's gonna literally attract people to you. I used to work that 9-to-5 job selling women's shoes. Every single day we started at zero. I would go in every single day and I would get paid like 6% on whatever I sold. So if I sold like $4,000 or $5,000 worth of shoes, I'd get paid, I don't know, what is that, a couple $100 in commission. I would practice and go in every single day and see how my energy would show up in that job and see what the result was with how much I sold for the day, since every day I started at zero. What I learned is that the more fun I would have, the more it would gravitate customers towards me, the more attractive I would be, the more people, well, the more I worked in women's shoes, so the more women would hit on me. Very interesting. But the degree to which you come off as attractive or have magnetic energy is the degree to which you can have fun. Because fun is a high vibrational state of being. It's loose, it's more malleable. When people are very serious, it's a very heavy energy. So one of the best things you can do is just learn to just have more fun. One thing that I recently did with some friends is we went out in the public here in Sedona. We did these little challenges. We'd go out into the stores and we had 2 hours to do these crazy challenges. One of the challenges was I had to convince 2 people that I lost a purple ferret in the store and see if they could help me find it. And I ran up to them all I was like, guys, excuse me, can you please help me? There's this purple ferret that I have. I came here with my girlfriend. We lost it. I can't find it. It's under the aisles somewhere. Can you help me look for it? They helped me look for it for like 5 minutes. They were like looking under the aisles and stuff. It was so funny. The other one is I proposed to an artichoke in the middle of Whole Foods. I literally did this whole minute-long speech, got on my knees, and then proposed to it. And then she said yes. And there were like people all around. Why did I do something like that? It broke me out of my box. And it made me feel very alive. It made me not give a what people think too. But here's the funny thing. When we were doing these challenges, I was with some friends, and we were all doing these like kind of fun, someone was air guitaring to like loudspeaker that we brought into the store. When we were doing all of these things, very ironic, because it was so fun, our vibration was so high that even if we were trying to ask people questions and they weren't about, and they didn't want to it would gravitate and suck people in. One thing I did is I had to reenact Titanic with somebody, blast the speaker, and the part where they're at the front of the boat like this. So it was like someone was riding a cart with me and we were doing that, blasting the speaker through Whole Foods. So things like that, right? But the more having fun, the more magnetic energy will you naturally have. So the other thing is the story about love. What is your story about love? Do you believe you have magnetic energy? Do you believe that you are worthy of love? The story, the beliefs you have about love are constantly being reflected back to you. I just developed the belief and given myself the permission to just know that I just have magnetic energy. That's what you can do as well. Some of the other things is realizing clarity of what you want when it comes to love. Clarity of the qualities. I'd say qualities are more important than the looks or things like that, but that's very important. And then gratitude, feeling grateful for the love already in your life, even friends and family. That helps you tap into the frequency of already having it. Just like that friend, coworker I used to have, that when she was in a relationship, she'd get hit on so much. It's because she was in that vibration. Now, the thing that I encourage you to do is to embody the energy of love for 21 days. 21 days is a powerful benchmark that we can use, almost like a permission slip, that can help us wire in a new sense of identity. Now, there is a meditation I have. The most powerful meditation I have on my YouTube channel has over 3 million views, has thousands of comments from people saying that they attracted love using it. I'm not even kidding. You can click this link here. It's the most powerful love meditation that I've ever created. And read the comments to see what's possible. That will increase your belief in what can happen. And then commit to it for 21 days and watch what happens. You will be more magnetic than ever. You will find yourself in a high vibrational state of being. And that then you will attract love easier than ever. So with that being said, I'll talk to you later. Peace, much love, and namaste.